So, it's fill in the blanks when it comes to your nutrition. So essentially, in a very simple way to put this, if you are supposed to eat X amount of protein, Y amount of carbohydrates, Z amount of fats,
Right.
and you are only getting, let's say, a certain amount of each, and something is missing.
Say
And this
X
is a very
minus-
basic,
yeah.
it could be X minus 20,
Yeah.
whatever, right? I don't want to make it sound very complicated, but
Right,
basically, if you are falling short in any of them,
Of your target.
of your target goals,
Yeah.
right? So people might have, okay, I need to consume this many calories. In those calories, this much will come from protein, carbohydrates, fats, right? So if something falls short, then it makes a lot of sense
Right.
to add a supplement. But where people go wrong is that the supplements themselves suddenly become the main source of nutrition.
Right.
And that's where people tend to go wrong.
Right.
So I personally have like a 80-20 rule, where 80% of my nutrition at any point of time is going to come from food.
Natural food.
Yeah, foods, like actual food, like, dal, chawal, roti, like that. And 20% of it is going to come from supplements. In fact, if I can make the ratio even as high as 90-10, great. But practically speaking, it becomes difficult.
Right.
So I at least try to keep it at 80-20. So that's where this thing is. I think where supplements play a very big role is not your macronutrients like protein, carbohydrates, fats. Actually, supplements are a very beautiful source of nutrition when it comes to your micronutrients,
Right.
like your vitamins and minerals. So if you look at the kind of quality of foods that you get these days, foods just don't have the same amount of micronutrients. The trace minerals, the vitamins, they just don't have enough of it. For example, spinach. Spinach 10 years ago, the amount of iron that it had. Today, the same spinach has only 40%.
My God.
Yeah. Plus, another thing where people tend to go wrong is that they always refer to RDA values. If somebody's really researching, they go through an RDA value, okay, I need to consume this much vitamin C and this and that. But again, the RDA values also themselves are very outdated. Because, for example, in India, I think the vitamin C recommended daily allowance is 40 milligrams, which is nothing. Similarly, US RDA will say 200 milligrams. But in sports nutrition, like for us, I see some of these guys will take as high as 5 or even 10 grams of vitamin C in a day.
God.
Yeah. So
That's too much, no?
Again, it depends on what their sport is and what their
Right.
requirement is. Like everything has a purpose here. It's not just like vitamins lena and lay low. It's not like that. There is somebody probably coaching them, guiding them, saying you need to take this much of this. So there is a reason why they're doing that.
Right.
In fact, there are cancer studies done now on experimental treatments where, because vitamin C, for example, ascorbic acid is such a powerful antioxidant, there are cancer studies where they have, through dialysis, have passed about 1 kilogram of vitamin C in some cancer patients over a period of 24 hours. And they have seen that the cancer has retracted to an extent. So, just something like vitamin C itself is so powerful.
Right.
So the reason I'm giving these examples is just to tell you how powerful these micronutrients are. So whichever RDA value you want to refer, or if you have somebody like a nutritionist or a dietitian or your trainer who is guiding you, you definitely need to ask them that, do I need to supplement any of my micronutrients? So something that is very essential, for example, in today's day and age is vitamin D.
Right.
Everybody is low on vitamin D. I see, the minimum the levels that we recommend is at least 30, 40, 50. Basically 20 to 100 is considered normal, and below 20 is considered very low.
That is milligram?
I can't remember the exact unit. I think it's nanograms per deciliter or something like that. But basically, when you buy vitamin D supplements, it comes in international units, IU. So for someone like me, for example, I take about 60,000 IU once a week. And that's a standard dose any doctor will prescribe you. So even though I have done bodybuilding, and even though I still work out and eat like a bodybuilder, I'm not saying I need to overdo my vitamin D. I'm just taking what my body needs, and I usually maintain a level of around 60 to 70. But 90% of people that I coach, maybe till date in these many years, maybe 4 or 5 people would have had levels of 30, 40 without taking a vitamin D supplement.
Right.
And all of them, I have seen levels as low as 4, 6. So it's scary. And in fact, in some cases, these levels have actually manifested in some form of physical issues. Like, is one client of mine came to me, he works for a gaming startup, very busy guy, used to smoke, used to drink, and he came to me and he said, Arun, mujhe training leni hai. I said, theek hai. As a protocol, I always tell my clients, give me your blood work. And in that, his vitamin D levels were very low. So I told him, ki sir, aap immediately doctor ke paas, his level was 8, I think. And I said, immediately doctor ke paas jao, he might give you an injection of vitamin D. He didn't listen to me. He said, nahin, main bas capsule le lunga.
Right.
And he was playing table tennis with some friends over the weekend. And he hit his toe against the bottom of the table tennis table. And something like that at the most would have hurt or caused a little spasm. His entire feet fractured. And he had to put a cast, and then he couldn't walk for a month. That's how fragile his body had become. So the thing is, people learn through these examples.
Through mistakes.
And the problem is only that person will learn, hopefully. You tell the same story to someone else, they'll think, नहीं मेरे साथ ऐसा नहीं होगा.
True, true.
मेरे साथ तो ऐसा नहीं होगा. अरे भाई तुम्हारे vitamin D levels लो है, उसको तो लो. So I think where people need to be sensible, because first and foremost, supplements are not bad. I think supplements are amazing.
Okay.
Like anything, supplements are amazing. But there is always use and abuse.
True.
So if you abuse a supplement, like अच्छा मैं vegetarian हूँ, मुझे डाइट में चिकन ये सब अलाउड नहीं है, मुझे डाइट में प्रोटीन नहीं मिल रहा है, तो मैं दिन के 6-6 स्कूप प्रोटीन लूँगा. तुम्हारी बॉडी नहीं बनेगी. तुम पूरा डब्बा पी लो, कुछ नहीं होने वाला. अरे eat pulses, eat legumes, eat dairy products.
It reminds me of my college days.
Exactly.